In this video, you'll learn how I went from being a struggling single mother who hardly saw my kids to being at the helm of a multi-million-dollar brand consultancy that I grew in 2 short years before selling it at the height of its success, which changed the course of my life forever. And you'll also find out how others have used this exact same approach to build their business and become the best and only option of their sector's most valuable and sought-after prospects. Those dream clients, investors or partners who can double, quadruple or even 10x the size of your business and take your life to a whole new level, and how you can get this result faster and more simply than you might have thought possible. This was a method used by my client Luke, who acquired his first property development deal, a 1.35 million commercial conversion, funded entirely by a private investor and with a guaranteed exit assured from day one. And Kevin, a cost lawyer whose income skyrocketed from $150,000 to $345,000 as a direct result of our work together. That's a 130% increase. Then there's Andy, an agency owner who created a new product for property investors and who now makes 8 to 10 sales per month through this, giving him a predictable recurring revenue that enables him to invest in his passion for music too. There's also Sam, a data and econometrics expert who doubled his consulting revenues within 30 days and signed up 8 clients for his brand new prosperity program within the first week of launch. And Keith, an independent procurement consultant for the buildings materials industry, who achieved a 26 times return on his investment, generating an additional $104,000 in revenues. And Max too, an ADHD business coach who completely reworked his offer, raised his prices by 25% and now has a long wait list for his in-demand services. Now, before we take up any more of your valuable time to explain how you can get results like this too, let's look at who this is for and not for. If you're an ambitious service-based entrepreneur who's set your sights on a goal significantly beyond where you are right now, and if you want to get there faster and more efficiently without the trial and error and falling flat on your face stage that keeps you spinning your wheels for far longer than you'd like, this is for you. If you're looking to upgrade the quality of your clients and get fewer, higher value deals without you having to hustle all day to get there, this is also for you. If you want to reclaim your time and get a system in place that builds success on your terms, this is definitely for you. And if you're willing to believe in and back yourself, and if you're determined not to give up because you want to make a difference to the people and causes you care about, this is for you too. If, on the other hand, you're content with just plodding along, playing small and doing what everyone else in your industry does, this isn't for you. If you want to stay in that Goldilocks zone of not too big and not too small, and if you're happy with the income you've got today, this is not for you either. And if you believe people who tell you your online brand and presence doesn't matter and that networking and peer-acquired referrals are the only methods that will ever bring you the business you need, leave right now. You'll hate what I'm going to say next. Oh, and it's also not for you if you hate rainbows, puppies and smiley faces, because you and I will be a very poor fit. I'm Jane Bayler and I spent 15 years in media and entertainment, which is a pretty tough world. Everyone thought I had a glamorous life filled with international travel, high-end hotels, yachts in Cannes, designer clothes, endless champagne and long hours spent entertaining clients like British Airways, ITV and Discovery Networks until they really understood the benefit of handing their million-dollar brand development deals to us. Along the way, though, I'd become a single parent and the pain of missing my children while I worked long hours and travelled never went away. My girls didn't even have a father who was there for them, so I relied on an army of nannies which ate up most of my admittedly quite high salary without them even doing a particularly good job. I became desperate for change, and this in turn became a relentless, all-consuming focus on growing the business I had been put in charge of rapidly and profitably so that it could be sold to the highest bidder, which turned out to be a US communications group called Interpublic. Having achieved my dreams and exited this business with more money than I'd ever imagined possible, I was finally able to live the life I'd always wanted, be a parent to my girls and start a business from home. But trouble was on its way. You see, I'd been used to a career where all I had to do was hand off work to others. My role was simply to land those big and juicy deals and make sure we could deliver on them. So when I started my own thing, I struggled like crazy. All the hats I had to wear, all the juggling I had to do, all the new skills I had to learn, it seemed endless. Every day I asked myself, how could I grow a valuable business when I was down in the trenches doing work that specialists could do far better than me and in a fraction of the time? Honestly, it didn't make sense to me, but when I looked around, it seemed that everyone else was doing the same. So reluctantly, and just like them, I jumped into courses that promised me the answer. But all they seemed to be doing was offering me a bunch of tactics that made me feel like an amateur dabbler rather than the experienced, sure-footed high achiever I knew myself to be. I'd run one of the leading brand consultancies in the world, so every day I asked myself, why was I taking advice from marketers who had far less experience than me and just wanted to sell me their cookie-cutter solutions? And that was when I went back to those lessons I'd learned in those high-level marketing environments I'd spent my career in. No one can claim that global ad agencies who've been at it for decades don't know what they're doing when it comes to business growth and brand marketing. The same core strategies underpin success across all industries. Sales are psychologically driven, and whether you're opening happiness in the form of a can of Coca-Cola or thinking different with the help of Apple, it all starts with building the perception of your product in the minds of your target audience and developing commitment and loyalty so you become their number one choice every time. So let me ask you, what's been stopping you from achieving the success you deserve? What's been standing in the way of those goals, aspirations, and dreams that you refuse to give up on? Just like me and every single person I speak to, if you haven't yet succeeded, it's probably because of one of the following reasons. You've been bombarded by so many marketers offering you their ultimate hack to more money with less effort that you just don't believe their wild claims anymore. So instead of parting with any more of your hard-earned cash, you try to figure it all out with the help of YouTube or your well-meaning peers instead, which actually sets you back because what's right for one person can be totally wrong for another. Or maybe you've been so overwhelmed by the time commitment of your current workload that you just haven't been able to steer clear from the noise and create a solid plan of action for yourself. Or perhaps you know what you want and need, but you've been lacking the right support and systems to keep you on track to fulfill those goals. And if you've been experiencing some of these barriers, I don't blame you. Those are some of the reasons I too felt helpless, stuck and depressed before I developed this method that myself and my clients use every day to achieve results and develop the business and life we always dreamed of. I credit all of my own success to this method, which I call the CCC Hypergrowth. This crushed my own limiting beliefs and helped me and my clients too achieve a level of fulfillment I never thought I could experience again. So there are 3 parts to this system. The first part is a messaging waterfall. This establishes your unique difference through a language system or code that's bespoke to you. This will allow you to express your value with crystal clarity, showing your prospects the benefit of what you do and making them truly excited about the results they'll get from hiring you. When you get this right, instead of putting you in a box alongside others who are pitching to them too, they'll say, this person knows what they're doing, they're exciting and different, and their offer and approach is so refreshing. I understand how it works, it makes total sense to me, and I'm going to work with them, even if they're the most expensive option. This will help you build a pipeline of high-quality inquiries that convert like a row of dominoes. You can charge more without being challenged on price, and you can forget about networking or chasing peer-acquired referrals that aren't a good fit to work with you. It's important to remember that words have power, and how you talk about what you do will either make people want to take fast action and buy from you before others get there first and the opportunity to them is lost, Or if they think they've heard it all before, they'll have the opposite reaction and they'll just fob you off with a lame excuse. They'll put you straight in a box alongside others that do something similar. And with competition running at an all-time high, you'll be lucky to get another chance to engage. It takes a deep understanding of sales psychology, persuasion techniques, storytelling and language nuances to create messages that resonate deeply with your target audience and drive those desired behaviours. And that's exactly what the messaging waterfall method has been designed to help you do. Now, we call the second part of the system the chosen first funnel, and this puts your messaging and language blueprint into an online journey of discovery and gives you a 24/7, 365 client getting machine that does the heavy lifting of developing connection and building that all-important know, like and trust in advance of an in-person conversation. And this frees you up to work on your business and invest in the things that matter most, rather than wasting your time on people who are never going to become paying clients. The Chosen First funnel helps you build high-value relationships on autopilot, attracting your dream clients while repelling the rest. No more pointless conversations that go nowhere or talking to people who are only looking to sell something to you. This is the era of customization, far more today than ever before. We want to be in the driving seat of our choices. We're used to it and we expect it, and we love to buy, but we hate being sold to. Without giving your prospects the chance to discover your value online and for themselves in exactly the same way they follow certain YouTube channels and influencers, build personalized music playlists, subscribe to their favorite podcasts or news channels, binge watch series on Netflix and check out hotels, restaurants and holiday destinations prior to making a booking, you're denying them the privilege of developing their interest in you in a low-pressure way. Selling in person the old way is exhausting and really low leverage in comparison, and when you rely on this alone, the result is inevitable. You'll be spending too much of your time talking to the wrong people. Remember, we humans don't like feeling pressurized into relationships, and if we do, we tend to run in the opposite direction. We don't want people being in our face and demanding our exclusive attention before we know whether they have something of value to offer us. It's very off-putting, and as a seller, it's the fastest way to decrease your worth. So, putting your message to market in a turnkey online system makes you more valuable from the get-go, because instead of you making all the moves, which raises the status of your prospects before they've proved themselves to be of worth to you, they have to make a series of small commitments instead, which immediately increases your value and allows them to browse before they buy. And then when you give them the invitation to take it further, those who aren't right for you will simply fade away before they take up any of your precious time. Wouldn't you agree that's a win-win for all? The third part of the CCC hypergrowth system is the conversion code, which helps you generate a consistent, predictable pipeline of 5- and 6-figure inquiries, raise your prices and increase your margins, even through times of economic uncertainty. And this will help you create 5 to 10 new high-caliber prospects every month who are willing to pay the premium price you deserve. You will optimize your conversion rate so that at least 1 in 3 convert to paying clients within 30 days or less. With this framework, you will show up right from the very start with the mindset and practice of a winner. You'll build authority and dominate your niche. Your pricing will be in the top range for your market and your clients will be happy. In fact, falling over themselves to pay you what you're worth. The conversion code will help you craft proposals that command premium fees and navigate consultative sales conversations like a pro, always staying one step ahead so that your prospects are 100% convinced of your authority, reputation, and ability to deliver. When you put in all the hard work at the front end to talk about yourself in an exciting and compelling way, and when you put this into a turnkey system that attracts your dream clients while repelling tire kickers, time wasters, and those who don't value your worth, you really don't want to fall at the last hurdle. You need to sell in a consultative way that strengthens your prospects' commitment to working with you and makes them truly excited to pay you at the highest level, because everything you say builds on the perception you've created already and gives them and others in their team total confidence they've made the right choice to invest in you. So, if you're ready to step into your power and true potential and ditch those failing tactics that are keeping you stuck, and if you want to stop spinning your wheels and achieve rapid and sustainable growth instead, I invite you to book a free consultation with myself or a member of my team. We need you to know that we're very selective about who we work with. There are done for you and with you elements to our offer that use our own time, and for that reason, as well as our refund guarantee, we only work with ambitious achievers who are fully committed to their growth. We currently have a handful of slots available for this call, and once we get busy on fulfillment, we'll take them down. So if you're even remotely interested in what you've heard today, go ahead, click the link below and let's jump on a call. The only difference between where you are now and where you want to be is those simple steps to success that you haven't taken yet. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.